Hello, good people. Patricia here with the Reset 30-Day Transformation Journey. If you're not familiar with the Reset, go ahead and check us out on Instagram at The Reset Journey or Facebook at The Reset Journey or at www.resetjourney.com. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like and subscribe below so that we can continue to deliver you this excellent content. So today we're going to give you some tips and tricks to have better nutrition and have a better relationship with your food throughout the day. There are some things that we can do, very small things that'll make a big difference over time. So let's jump right into it. All right, you guys. So let's talk about food. So there are some things that we can do to kind of trick ourselves into eating a little better. So I'm going to give you what my tips and tricks are and what I use throughout the day. So I always make sure that half of my plate is fruits or veggies. And I eat them first. I eat them before I get around to anything else to make sure that I'm pretty much satisfied off of the really good stuff before I get around to the things that I should probably not be eating or need less of a portion of. I also eat on a smaller plate. You know, that smaller plate in between the dinner plate and the saucer is a really good way to avoid oversized portions. Now, we don't want to pile that plate up, but we want to start with a smaller portion. And if you happen to be hungry after you finish that, no problem. Get up, grab another plate, mind that portion as well. But I almost guarantee you that by the time you get up and do so, you will have realized that you're already satisfied. So it's a very good method to begin to execute proper portion control. Want to make sure that we're eating whole grains that consist of good fiber and, no white pastas, no white rices, no white bread, because they metabolize into sugar. And that, of course, reverses our results. We want to make sure that we're drinking water instead of sugary drinks. As much as you can replace with water, the better you'll feel, the better you'll be. And if you're having a hard time with that, if you happen to like sugary drinks, look for alternatives like Crystal Light, or even look to water down some 100% fruit juice with maybe some sparkling water or with some regular water, just to cut the sugar a little bit and also give it a little fizz for some of you who may enjoy soda. There are dairy alternatives. If you're still drinking milk, you want to make sure that it's fat-free or low-fat milk. And you can also explore other dairy alternatives: oat milk, almond milk, coconut milk. These are all things that you can incorporate into your diet, especially if cutting dairy is important to you. Make sure that your proteins are lean. Make sure that we're baking, pan-searing, broiling, and not jumping into fried foods or manipulating this lean protein into something that could be very unhealthy for us. Take your time when you eat. Definitely take your time when you eat. Savor every bite. Enjoy it. This is nourishment for the body. It's an experience that you should enjoy. So take your time and slow down, and you may realize a little better when you're satisfied. Try new foods. There are so many resources out here and recipe apps and places that we can go online to find interesting ways to spice up old recipes or interesting ways to incorporate new foods. There are so many vegetables, so many fruits, so many wonderful things that come right from the earth that we should get our hands on. So be sure to always look for those opportunities. Meal and snack planning. You want to make sure that you know what you're going to eat. Oftentimes we're prepared for meetings at work. We're prepared for all sorts of things. When we get ready to go on a trip, we make sure we pack, we make sure we have everything. Why aren't we doing that with our diets? Why aren't we doing that with our food? So we want to make sure that we're planning ahead on what we're going to eat. And also those snacks throughout the day, go ahead and put those in baggies. Go ahead and put that in a small container and make sure that you have it in a bag with you or have it somewhere if you're leaving the house, because we want to at all times avoid the drive-through, the preservatives, the calories, the hormones. There are a number of reasons why we want to make sure that we're preparing our food at home, because it is the safest and it is the healthiest. So we want to avoid the drive-through by all means and make sure that we're bringing out healthy foods as we eat and preparing our meals. Of course, there are some very healthy alternatives out there that we can get really quickly on the go, but we just want to make sure that we're making the best choices from home first before we have to resort to those things. So remember, guys, we eat to live. We don't live to eat. Let that resonate. Eat to live. We don't live to eat. We want to eat foods that are alive, that feed our body, feed our spirit, and make us feel better and live longer. And my last tip is to only eat until you're satisfied. Keyword here is satisfaction. Type that in the chat, type that in the comments if you're here, if you heard that, if it resonates. We only want to eat until we're satisfied, never until we're full, because we have another opportunity very soon to have a healthy snack or have another full meal that's going to keep us properly fueled throughout the day. Thank you all so much. This has been Patricia with The Reset Journey. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook at The Reset Journey, or check us out online at www.resetjourney.com and check out our next cohort for 30-day transformation journey. We'd love to have you join us. All right, you guys. Peace.